All right, let's look at inequalities. We haven't looked at these in a while as well. So, same process. Your inequality, your or your greater than or less than signs are kind of like parentheses, or not parentheses, equal signs. So if we're looking at t minus 4 is greater than or equal to or greater than -3, all we do is add 4 on both sides. Okay, so you're going to have +1. So you're going to have t is greater than 1. And because it's not greater than or equal to, it's going to be an open circle. And t is greater than 1. So everything larger than 1 is an option. So D would be a correct answer. Let's kind of go down. Again, you're going to do the exact same process, go through the motions, combine like terms, isolate the variables. And so you're going to end up being 9 minus 8 is going to give you 1, plus n is less than or equal to 20. So you'll subtract 1 on both sides. So you should have n is less than or equal to 19, which is B. But just to remember that when you're graphing these, you need to ask yourself, n is less than 19. So anything less than 19 is an option. So that's why A isn't correct, because we're not looking at n as anything larger than 19. You have to be careful with the graphing portion. Luckily, I'm already graphing it for you on these. So again, 21 is the same. You'll divide by 11 to get your answer. So which would be K is less than 7, so it's C. 22 is a little bit different. Okay, so remember, anytime you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to switch your sign. So you're going to divide on 22 by -6 on both sides. So you'll have +36. But now it's going to be, right, it's going to be 36 is greater than now because you change your sign. Okay, you have to remember to switch your signs, y'all. That's when it kind of becomes tricky. So 36 is greater than K, or K is less than 36, so your answer is B for 22. Exact same idea on 23. Anytime you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to switch that sign. So this one's going to end up being Z is greater than or equal to -2. So is A. Be very careful with switching your signs, y'all. 24, you're not dividing or multiplying by a negative number, so just go through the process on that. 25. Okay, remember, when you have 10 is less than x plus 5 is less than 13, you're going to set up two equations. So your first equation is just going to be the same. You're going to have 10 is less than x plus 5. And then your other equation that you're going to solve is just going to be x plus 5 is less than 13, right? You just split it up and you solve both those equations to get your answer. And that's how you do those, okay? So subtract 5 on both sides. Your first equation is 5 is less than x. And then your next equation is going to be x is less than 8. So if you look at that, x is in the middle, so 5 is less than x. So it has to be C or D. And then x is less than 8. So it's C or D, but now we have to look at the graphing. Remember, because it's not less than or equal to, it's going to be open circle, so D is our option, right? Less than or equal to is when you have a closed circle. If it's just less than or greater than, you have an open circle. Be careful with that as well. So C or D is your answer for 25. All right, inequalities, we can continue this process, right? Again, going through those motions, still solving just like we would in linear equations, but if you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to make sure you switch your sign. So 26, 27, 28, 29 are all very, very similar. Okay, let's keep going. So 30, describe the slope of the line that passes, or describe the slope of the line, then find the slope. So this one here, you see that we don't have a slope, right? We don't rise or run anything. It's just always the same. So your slope is going to be a 0 slope, okay? And then, so it's 0. A is your answer, okay? We can continue this looking at 31. We don't have a slope, right? This isn't even a function, so it's undefined. A is your answer. If it's not a function, it doesn't pass that vertical line test, y'all. It's automatically undefined. If it doesn't pass the vertical line test, it's automatically undefined. Watch the next video for the next few problems.